We have got such amazing humans. They're beautiful. I invite you all, if you're new, if this is your first time at Manifest X Mastermind, I'm gonna go pin my face real quick. If you're new, I welcome you to play full out. So the ground rules are, if you're gonna be here, play full out. That means ask questions, participate, have your camera on, unless you have a special circumstance, we understand that. And play full out. Ask questions, receive support, give support. There'll be opportunities for you to get some hot seat coaching, your questions answered from incredible experts. We have amazing experts in the room, not just myself. We have Sean D. Stewart in the house, who's a master coach, master rapper, master speaker. He runs Rock Your Gift, and an incredible human being. So you get to talk with him and learn from him today about his workshop and how to stand out and rock your gift in 2023. And we've got Jackie Simmons in the house, and Katie, the entire team, who is a master coach, has got an incredible certification program, who helps already successful coaches take their skill set, their confidence to another level, to levels that you never dreamed of existing. She did an incredible talk for us last Monday, and she's got a workshop coming up that you all get to check out as well. So there's a lot of expertise in the room. We've got Rachel, we've got Brittany. Everybody here is an expert and a master in their own right. This is not for total newbies who don't know what they're doing in life. This is absolutely for masters, and you're here. If you're here, that means you're one of them, and nobody is above anyone. We're all here in the same playground, in the same sandbox. So with that said, my invitation to you is to connect with each other. I already got some questions in the comments. I want to make sure I will answer properly. Cool. About introduction. So the rule, you get an opportunity to introduce yourself in the chat. Everyone here gets to play full out. So in the chat, my request of you is to say your art of business. So audience, results, and time frame. Audience means, who do you serve? What is it that you do for people, and who do you serve? For example, my name is Miro. I'm the hero, right? Founder of Manifest X. I run this community of epic leaders, and we help coaches, healers, transformational leaders to double the 10x the income and impact in life and inspiration in as little as 90 days, right? So Brittany's got an incredible example right here. Do what Brittany does. She's a master at this. And there you go. So follow the leaders and play full out. Introduce yourself and connect with each other. Cool. The guiding principle for this mastermind is, the bigger each of us get, the bigger all of us get. That's pretty neat. The bigger each of us get, the bigger all of us get. There's no competition, it's collaboration. And together we're that much more powerful. Cool. I see you guys, Brittany dropping in your introduction, Robert. Great to meet you guys. See, we got some experts, some powerhouses in the house. Very good. Cool. Leah gets to be a co-host. Give a big shout out to Leah, who is part of the Manifest X team. She's running operations behind the scenes and making sure I'm on track and things are working. So we could not do it without her. Please give a big shout out to Louis Brandmeier and Empress in the house. If you can find them on gallery view, wave at them. They're an intimate part of our team and my life. I couldn't do it without them. And so they're experts in their own rights in enrollment, in coaching, in financial games, in crypto investments. So find time in your life to connect with these epic humans and learn how they may be able to support you or how you can contribute to the community. They can answer those questions as well. Cool. All right. That's all. We got Dr. Eve in the house and Eric Wesley. So I love you guys. All of you, even if you're meeting for the first time or we haven't connected before. I'm super grateful that you're here. And so let's just rock and roll. So what we do at Manifest X, we combine the inner game, the spirituality, personal development with the money game, the marketing, the sales, the scaling secrets. And so with that, I teach content in the area of mindset and energy, marketing, sales, and enrollment. But then I also bring in the best in the world that I'm selfishly learning from to teach me and the community some things, okay? So today we got Sean D. Stewart, who's my dear friend, incredible rapper, and just overall amazing human being that you all get to hang out with. He's here to share his gifts with us today. So before he does though, I'm gonna do a mini workshop with you guys around the around the topic of enrollment momentum. Some people here do enrollment. Some people here do sales. Just go ahead and, for the sake of conversation, let's just use sales. If you're in sales, go ahead and raise your virtual hand in your physical hand, all of the hands in the air. Like if you're in sales, raise your hands. Cool. If you're not in sales, go ahead and put hands down. If you're not in sales, raise your hands. Okay, great. Nobody's not in sales. Good. So everyone is in sales, if you know it or not, because all of life is sales and enrollment. Why? Because literally your vision is that thing that inspires others, right? Either you're enrolling people into your vision or you're being enrolled in theirs. If you're a parent, like you already know this, I've got a lot of sales experts in the room. I acknowledge that, but we got a level set on the value of sales. So in fact, instead of me telling you, I want to hear from some people in the room. What is your what does sales mean? What does enrollment mean to you? What is the value? Here's the question. What is the value of sales and enrollment? I want to hear 2 or 3 responses. First person to grab the mic gets 5 brownie points. Go ahead, Robert. You can just unmute and speak.
There we go. Darn.
I know, Jackie, normally you get the points, but today it's Robert.
Okay, first of all, what is selling? It's presenting information when appropriate that allows somebody to make an informed decision. Us as entrepreneurs, the 2 things that we really do is we educate and we influence. If you haven't come across Robert Cialdini's book yet, which he has written 2 books, one of them is Influence, the other is Pre-Persuasion. Highly recommend them. He's extracted the key, not the criteria, the key things that will help others become more effective in influencing people.
Beautiful. Those are great. I love that. Thank you, Robert. Let's give it up for Robert. Yo, you can give snaps, you can give claps, you can use your power, the party hat reaction. You get to play full out in all of the ways that you desire. Okay, up next, let's hear from Jackie. She's got an incredible sales workshop recently, so I'm curious to hear what you got to say, Jackie.
I break apart sales into the acronym when I teach, and the acronym is service always leads equals success. So SALES, service always leads equals success. If you are not seeing success in your bank account, look at the service you're providing. Maybe you're serving the wrong people at the wrong time. You don't need to change your product, just your people and your timing. Maybe it's the wrong product, but the right people and timing. So look at your service if you're not seeing the success. And so that's my take on sales. And yeah, you're in sales. You had to sell yourself on being here, didn't you? You're already great at sales.
That's powerful. I love it. Also, there is, what's coming up for me is like, I came, some of you know my story, Gangster the Guru. I came from the streets of Germany. And what I know to be true is if you're a parent, any parents here? Cool. If you're a parent or one day will be a parent, anybody in a relationship here? Anybody has a relationship currently? Raise your hand. Cool. Has had a relationship in the past? Raise your hand. Will have a relationship in the future? Okay, great. If you're in a relationship, you're in the enrollment game as well. So for kids, it's like, I know from experience, gangs are recruiting, right? Military is recruiting, gangs are recruiting. They have some really compelling tools to do enrollment. And they focus on at-risk youth and vulnerable kids, but really everybody. Kids are exposed to so much information online. Those people are looking to enroll your kids into their programs and their mindsets, right? And so having a compelling vision for the future for your kids and in your relationship is so important, and being able to communicate that in a way that touches, moves, and inspires people is insanely important. And so for relationships, I recently got engaged to my fiance, Nikki. Many of you know her, which is the best. So that's an enrollment game every day. You first is about getting into a relationship, and then you get to enroll each other, that the relationship continues to stay worth it to pursue and to build on. So I will submit to you that sales and enrollment is the #1 skill set for any entrepreneur and any leader to master. It's the one thing that I know I'm committed to the mastery of for the rest of my life. So as soon as you stop practicing, as soon as you stop learning, as soon as you stop evolving, you start finding yourself following visions that are not your own. And you may find yourself resenting your life or knowing that you're not taking the risk that you're meant to take and then living the life that you deserve. So that's the mid to you practice. And today, I want to get actually to the bottom of some of the sales blocks and sales resistance, the things that stop you from getting into the conversation in the first place, the things that stop you from having the breakthroughs, the closes, the paydays, the impact, the service that you know you get to have, that you deserve, that you're capable of. So what do you guys think, in your own words, what are the biggest things? And you can type in the chat real quick, popcorn style. First thing that comes to mind, what is the biggest blocker when it comes to your sales? Go ahead and pop it in the chat. In fact, actually, I wrote down a prompt. I want to get it right. Not that there's a right way to do this, but I want to get it the way I intended it for you. The prompt is, and I'm gonna pop it in the chat. You get three minutes. Okay, well, we can do the popcorn workers. You're already writing. Go ahead and okay, Dr. Eve put myself. That's accurate, 100%. I'm gonna put that prompt in here. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes on the clock. The prompt is, the inner obstacle that stops me in my enrollment or sales is, okay? So I'm gonna play you guys a song for 3 minutes. The goal is just to keep writing, no editing. What is the biggest inner obstacle that stops you in your enrollment or sales? Go ahead and write it. Starting, is that clear what the prompt is? Pen and paper, you can write it in the chat, whatever, but the goal is to write for 3 minutes, no editing, there's no wrong answers. Is that cool? Cool. And I may stop you earlier, but I'm gonna get you guys started with the 3-minute timer. All right, time starting now, and I'm gonna play you guys some. Well, honestly, I don't know if the music is gonna play or not. Maybe I have to ask Leah to play this song for us. Let's see.
You can just advance share sound without sharing screen.
You know, that was once possible. Today, my audio equipment is doing a thing. So
Oh, is that why you're on 2 different devices?
That's right.
Okay.
Who's got yeah, I'm gonna volunteer my guy Sean. Sean, can you be my audio support today? Because I know you got the jams.
You want me to put on something? A beat? What do you want? Just a beat right now? Yeah.
Yeah, just like a beat, no instrumentals. You got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Give me 1 sec here, and I'm on it.
Cool. And the rest of you should be writing and typing. What are the inner obstacles that blocks you? Okay, myself, great, but go deeper than that, right? What is it? What ways are you holding yourself back, Dr. Eve? Right. Thank you. Okay, 1 more minute. Wrap up. Great question. So Louis is asking, is it inner block or outer block or both, like mindset, objection handling, etc.? So what's interesting, if you have objections that you hear that you cannot get beyond, that means that that belief is also inside. So if you believe it's not an issue at all and you have ways, to get through, then just list the beliefs that keeps getting you stuck. So if you keep hearing an objection like I can't afford it or people don't have the money, go ahead and write that down. And that's an inner obstacle, by the way. Cool. Like this. Awesome. Okay, cool. Go ahead and pause. You can pause the music for a second, Sean. Thank you, DJ. Go ahead and cross out the word sales and enrollment. Cross out the word sales and enrollment and write relationship. The inner obstacle that stops me in my relationships is... I'm seeing some aha moments. Okay. And now let's do some shares. Who feels bold and courageous to share? Again, 5 brownie points. First person to grab the mic wins. Okay, I see Empress up. Super Laser, in 60 seconds or less, in what ways are you holding yourself back in your relationships, Empress?
Right there. That's my answer. Pausing.
Say more about that.
Pausing in the moment of receiving, because it's kind of like when you know that the person is ready to onboard, and then being able to say what Jackie shared with us last week, how you like to pay. Because I get so in tune on the service where when it comes to the relationship building, I'm focused on the relationship. But then of course that exchange for people to feel the pain of the value, I don't ask, but now I'm being consistent to ask. So it's the pausing.
Beautiful.
And then that pausing causing delays.
Mm-hmm. And where is that showing up in your relationships?
I'm in deep thought right now, so I apologize. I'm not able to answer that question right now.
It's good. Take all the time you need. We're all here for you, and all parts of you are welcome here, Chris.
Thank you.
And we can come back to you too. Perfect. Let's come back to Empress. Let's do 2 or 3 more shares.
Can I do one? Because I actually I'm want to dovetail with what Empress said. Oops, I didn't raise my hand.
Go for it.
All right. So yeah, I was doing that same pause, and it's just like she said, like getting caught up in the service, and I think it has to do with that programming of like guilt and shame around having money as a energetic exchange, and like, people like they want to pay for the thing, and it's like, am I still holding them if I'm also asking them to pay it? But people expect it. And I'll just share a really quick breakthrough moment I had with this. I went over to a potential client's house. I was explaining to her what I do, blah, blah, blah. And I was with her and her son, and she looks over at her son and she's like, "This is going to be really expensive, isn't it?" She says in Spanish, and I speak Spanish, but she's like talking to him. And in that moment, I realized like they were going to do what it takes to get me to as their attorney, but people are prepared, and when they hear what you are of value, they expect it. And I was dressed in like jeans, Timberland boots, a hoodie, chilling, but people sense and feel your intent, that you care, that you're going to be different than whoever they've had in the past, and they expect it to cost something. And so that was a flip for me, but I still have those moments. Another friend said, like, in those moments, just say, don't even ask anything, just say, "This is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my billing software if you want to get your credit card," and then pause. So that's been helpful.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Rachel. I want to go a little deeper than that though, because I hear what you're saying, and what I'm hearing in that is it's like asking for exactly what you want, right? And when that's, a lot of people struggle asking for the sale, asking for what they really want to charge with confidence and with certainty. And in your relationships too, I know that there's a lot of times in past relationships, it would be like, they should know already what I need or want, right? They should already know that. And then people are dissatisfied because they don't ask. They don't tell them exactly what it is that they require and then ask for it. So I wonder for you, where's that coming up in relationships? And I say relationships, not just like intimate, romantic. I'm talking about friendships, partnerships, all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely just have for a long time had the philosophy of I'm just gonna see how people are, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I just move away from them. But like, people are always gonna have traits that, or not even that you don't like, but just like there's always gonna be some misalignment of expectations. So it's been quite a growth process in like knowing how to ask that, even of my friends. Even ask for space. Like, I think people expect me to be more communicative, and I'm kind of like, I can talk to someone and then I need a lot of room to grow and do what I'm doing. And then I expect that when I talk to them again, we're picking up where we left off, but sometimes they have felt rejected in the meantime. I didn't even know. It's like, I need to probably like know how to express, hey, I'm just going away. I'm not going for good. And I will say briefly too, I think the more recent hurt was that I did ask my dad for some help when all this whirlwind of leaving my job and figuring out this entrepreneur thing was happening. And I thought I was specific enough. I was like, hey, what if you just provide like 3 months worth of being able to live, and so that I can use the rest of my money for like whatever I'm doing, is feeling a bit unstable right now. And my dad's pretty rich, but he sent me like a woefully inadequate amount. I'm sure Nikki might have told you. And it was I felt so abandoned. And I just felt like I have now, okay, well, if that's what my own dad's gonna do, like how can anyone else? And it made me second guess what I was doing anyway, So.
Powerful. Thank you so much for saying that, Rachel. That's really tender for you, right? Yeah, can you guys see how tender that is? Let's just acknowledge Rachel with all of the love for going there and being vulnerable. Thank you so much. And so you can see how our personal relationships directly impact our confidence out there in the world when it comes to our businesses. Some say that we don't have business problems as much as we have personal problems that show up in our business. Yeah, gorgeous. Thank you. Great share. So what's the gift? What's the lesson that you have received from that experience with your dad?
In general, I decided to sort of put that aside as a bit of an anomaly, and he's his own person, and that was odd. But the biggest thing was to be grateful. Honestly, I mean, even if I get a little tiny thing from the universe in a moment, I'll be like, okay, I just be grateful for it and know that I'll figure out the next thing or something else is coming or just whatever, because it's a little like different. There's expectations attached to our parents that we don't have in the world, but I think the lesson he was trying to teach was that the biggest piece that's important isn't even so much of like what he intended, but more so what's going to help me remain in a positive and receiving state when I get blows like that. And I did get some other ones like that, unexpected turn of events with things that I wanted or thought were on their way, relying on people who end up not. And so I think just the lesson for me is that being grateful, it's I don't know. And other than that,
Okay, can I offer you some support, Rachel?
Yeah, I'm still learning the lesson, I guess.
Yeah, I totally got you. So you have permission to put my coach hat on and interrupt you at times and direct you and really go there with you.
Yeah, tell me what to do and think, please, because it's been a long weekend.
I so got you. So there's a lot of good material there. And you said it right in the beginning. Because we're talking about you asking for exactly what you want. And you were saying, hey, maybe I wasn't that clear You know, I said maybe 3 months of living. And what I didn't hear is, hey, Dad, I need $9,000 and it's going to help me launch my business and I need it by this time, right? And the other version of you that I know exists is that, you know, asking for exactly what you want, getting whatever the universe gives you and saying, instead of, oh my God, I want 9,000, I only have 300, fuck. It's like, yay, I got the blessing of $300. Now I only need, you know, another, like, whatever. Now I only need what's next. And then moving gratefully from one step to the next one. So one tool that we learned in Fiji at Jules Schroeder's event I want to share with you is the miracle that I'm receiving is, and the reason that's so powerful, and we get to practice this together in a moment before we transition. And I've seen this with entrepreneurs all the time. We're surrounded by abundance. We're surrounded by blessings. Like, we have an internet connection, you know what I mean? We get to talk right now. We're alive. We get to breathe. Some of us are in America, which is like known to be the most prosperous and abundant country that we get to be. Whereas there's so many, you know, underdeveloped countries where people are struggling to survive, to have clean water. Like, we are here. We get to play a really big game. That's honest. Just being in the game is a blessing. Can we agree to that, generally speaking?
Yeah.
Right? Cool. So with that, you know, but what happens is we have a win and then we don't feel like it's enough, and then we lose traction, and then we're womp womp, right? So here's a way to get consistent wins and stack the wins one on top of the other, no matter how big or how small, because your subconscious mind does not know the difference. I'm gonna see if I can pin myself next to you so we can do that, but I can't. If you, Leah, can support me so we can have a like side-by-side conversation view, that'd be great.
We were
Awesome.
side by side a minute ago. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna keep going. So here's the tool that I want to give you. It's the miracle that I'm receiving is, and when you start claiming and clocking your miracles, no matter how small, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. If you just want $1 million or $1, if your response is saying, yes, I got the money, yes, universe, more please, and you continue in a joyful energy, that's a decision, right? Because as entrepreneurs, we're so trained to look for the not enoughness and for what's missing. But the problem with the gap from where we are to where we want to be, there will always be a gap, because as soon as you reach your goal and you become a trillionaire, there's going to be a new goal that unlocks and opens up, right? Mm-hmm. So the relationship with the gap is that you can be in joyful gratitude of what's already accomplished and take intentional action moving forward to the next step. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
How's that landing for you?
I mean, I think it's exactly true. And I think that in those moments when I have sat with that type of energy, it's just been a healthier thing for me anyway. Like, I think this is good too, because then when you're doing that, yeah, I think that's right. It's the consistency too. I'll say this, one of the biggest struggles I had this 6-month journey, 7-month journey at this point, is like trying to figure out like what's the key to not riding these waves. And I think you just said it, because it's like yeah. So that's it.
It's riding the waves, and so I'm gonna have this perfect for you, and we'll transition from here. It's riding the waves, and it's like, I imagine you're just like surfing. Like, if you get a win, you're surfing the waves, like, yes, I'm surfing. You got a challenge, it's like, yes, I'm surfing. And no matter what, it's all waves that continues to move you forward. But no matter what, yes, I'm surfing. It's a yes.
Ooh, okay, I love that. So yeah, so I do want to ride the wave. I just want to constantly be enjoying the ride.
That's it, exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
Exactly. And you get to embrace the challenges. And also, I want you to know, to be happy all of the time, it's an unrealistic expectation, because you're human. You get to fall on your face at times, fall off the surfboard and get right back, you know? So be easy on yourself. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you so much.
All right. Love you so much, Rachel. By the way, we'll do a money game challenge. And that's, the bundle has something to do with that. So the bundle has a bunch of scripts and guides and proven systems that are going to work for you. And then I'm also looking for a couple one-on-one clients that will work with me privately, like Jackie does, and some of our epic humans here, so that we can break your sales records and get you out of your comfort zone and break some sales records and make some impact and some money and have some fun. Cool. So if you're interested in that, by all means, send me a message and we'll jam. All right.
You.
Yay. All right. With that, we're going to transition. How do you guys like the sales exercise? Anybody got like an interesting insight from that? Just like raise your hand. Is that cool? You learned something today about sales, relationships, or yourself? Cool. Awesome. So, okay, the last point, and this we're going to close with this, is the miracle that I'm receiving is. So everybody gets to type in the chat the miracle that I'm receiving. So I'm gonna give you an example. If I'm Rachel, I'd say the miracle I'm receiving is I get to be grateful for all that I have and create the abundance that I desire from a place of gratitude. Right? So the miracle that you're receiving is really a gift, an insight, whatever it's available for you here now, that you can clock as gratitude and then stack it and then catch the next miracle. Yeah? So I want to see your miracles in the chat. Yes, Luis is receiving, the miracle that I'm receiving is community and support. Let's go. About that life. Let's go. I want to see like 20 miracles real quick. We got 17 people, so 17 is good enough. Cool. While that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our expert speaker, my best friend in the world, Sean D. Stewart. So originally trained, Sean D. Stewart is a transformational business coach and speaker, over 11 years of experience, helping entrepreneurs create profitable businesses aligned with their core gifts. Originally trained by Tony Robbins and with 30-year background as a spoken word artist, rapper, and stage performer, Sean electrifies audiences in his live and virtual events, bringing a unique blend of training and edutainment, helping icons like Les Brown, JJ Virgin, Lisa Sasevich, and more generate millions from their live and virtual events. Please welcome the CEO of Rock Your Gift and the founder of the Rock Your Gift 3-day live experience, Sean Douglas Stewart. Let's give it up for John, y'all.
Awesome. Grateful to be with you. I want to just really acknowledge Miro for what you're doing, the work you're doing, the energy that you bring, just your spirit, your integrity. It's just powerful, man. It's been such a pleasure to get to know you better this year. And, for you to include me in what you're doing, it's a gift. And for those that don't know, Miro is going to be speaking at my upcoming event, which is really cool. So you get to get more of Miro if you guys decide you want to join us in that. So what I want to do real quick is just share my screen and show you guys a little bit of a presentation that I think will support you. And the purpose of this presentation is to help you to discover and monetize your X factors so you can turn your message into a movement. Just let me know if you can see my slides. It all looks good. Good to go? Perfect. Awesome. So do you want to uncover the unique message you were born to share? Put your hand up. Awesome. Would you like to help way more people with your gifts and talents? Awesome. How about stand out as a leader in your space and authority, owning your category? Awesome. What about being fueled by your passion so that you have an unrequited reserve of energy to fuel your business? Evergreen energy from your passion? Awesome. Well, you're in the right place. My name is Sean Stewart. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a transformational edutainer. I like to bring some hip hop and spoken word into everything I do. It's who I am. One of the ways that Miro and I met. But I have 13 years, I have to remember, it's 13, not 12. 13 years as a coach working with entrepreneurs now and helping people in high ticket selling. I've been brought on, like Miro said, by Les Brown and Lisa Sasevich and Marisa Murgatroyd, Ted McGrath and JJ Virgin, and a whole list of top 7 to 8 figure leaders to help them increase their conversions from their live and virtual events to the tune of millions. Like literally events I work with, they maybe did 300,000. And then the year that I jumped on, we did well over 1 million, helping them with the sales and with the event production component. And so my core calling is to help people to actualize their greatest life vision in this lifetime. So we'll talk about your gift and my mission, my vision to help you actualize your life work It's inside of my gift. Talk about how you can uncover your gift. But really quick, just to take you back, my dad actually is the screenwriter of a film called Officer and a Gentleman and Blue Lagoon. He introduced John Travolta to the world. So I grew up in an environment where my father was successful in the entertainment industry. And I was, really enthralled with music and movies. And so my whole life, it's been about how do we create timeless art. My dad actually accomplished, if you haven't seen Officer and Gentleman, go watch it. It was the original Top Gun. It's what Top Gun ripped off. You'll see an incredible movie that's got huge heart. And at the end of the day, this idea of timeless art is a really important piece to what I stand for, because I believe everyone here has really like the David statue in you, that you are just moving away the things that are, it is not, to get to that masterpiece. So when we talk about like building a business and making sales and growing your impact online and everything we'll talk about today, I want you to see it from the lens of art, because to me, it's all art. And so we're striving as entrepreneurs to not just grow a business, but to create timeless art. And this is 2008 when I did my first record release party, got a bunch of people together and sold albums and just had this incredible experience of getting my my album launched. But it also taught me how powerful speaking is and how powerful events are. How this was well before I started my coaching business, but it gave me an opportunity to realize that this is the simplest, most effective marketing strategy. You probably already know speaking is the most effective marketing strategy. So part of what we'll talk about in this brief presentation is how to bring more of your speaking to the forefront. Ultimately, I moved to Hawaii in 2010 and I started getting trained by Tony Robbins, and I started using speaking. I just went out to every chamber of commerce and connected with people, and I started getting on stages. Then I got onto success panels and get inside of masterminds and different ways in which I got myself on stage. But this is how I grew my business. The problem was let's say I started in 2010, so about 2016, 2015, I started to feel a heaviness. I don't know if you've ever had that feeling where you're like doing what you are here for, in a sense. You quit your job and now you're working your own business, but it feels heavy. You feel like you want to quit. You feel like, you don't want to show up for it. I had a heaviness around my business that was painful, and it made me want to give up everything that I had built, everything that I worked so hard to build. And the reason was because the guy in the background of that photo, the rapper, he didn't get any chance to be alive in my business, because when I started my business, I put him in the closet. He wasn't acceptable. Imagine that, right? He wasn't acceptable. My question for you is, do you hold parts of you out from your business because you don't think they're acceptable? Are there things that you think you can and can't show? Things that you love that don't get a chance to come into your business? Well, for me, it was making it so that I wasn't authentically me. In business, if you're not authentically you, you're going to feel like a heaviness. It's going to get heavier. And at a certain point, you're going to break. Your results are going to tank, and all kinds of situations will emerge. Because why? Because you are not fueling yourself from your truth. There's a lie going on. And that's what was happening for me. And in 2017, I got invited to a record release party by my buddy who was my previous music producer. He and I wasn't working together at that time, but I went to his record release party, and it was the energy of that event with the red carpet and the flashing light bulbs and the cool people and the really dope music and the vibe that I was like, oh yeah, this is what I love. And my energy came alive. And I remembered in that moment that I had let the artist in me die. Like, he wasn't in my current reality, and I had to bring him back. At that event, I made a decision. I already had a 3-day event coming up, but it was all going to be on what I had previously been teaching, high ticket sales. But I made a decision at that event to do something which was really radical for me, which was to not listen to any of the voices of what people said was going to work, and trust myself to innovate something that had never come before. Basically, what I decided to do was bridge hip hop and coaching. And people would say to me, that doesn't make sense, because hip hop is about you and coaching is a business. It's about your customer. So watch out. I remember this one guy telling me, watch out putting too much of your stuff out there, because it's not about you. And I remember that feeling of smallness that came in. Raise your hand if you ever had anybody tell you that the thing you love doesn't matter, that it's not about you, that what you love does not have a place in what you do for a living. Awesome. So I made that radical decision to actually do the integration of those parts and do my event on this idea called Rock Your Gift. And this blew up. Two different ways that it blew up. My business blew up visibility wise, but my energy blew up. I went from having a business that was about making money and getting clients like everybody teaches you to exploding into my aspirational calling. You know what I mean? Where like your business is fueled by your calling. You're going to have much more energy. You're going to be on target. Your messaging is going to match more. The people that you talk to are going to resonate with your message more. Raise your hand if you feel what I'm talking about. That alignment, energetic alignment, is at the center of how you're going to take your business to the next level. That's how I did it. And I realized that I am a role model for people to know that they can live their purpose inside of their business. That's what Rock Your Gift is about. And so, you know, how I've been able to bring these experts into my world. Les Brown's been on last 2 events on stages with me, and, you know, great leaders sort of connecting with them. So without further ado, let's jump into the 3 keys. I promise this will be quick and transformational. So key number 3, we're going to go from heavy lifting in your business, like getting burnt out and feeling tired and feeling like it's too much work, right? Looking out there in the social medias and being like, you know what, I should be where this person is. Why do they have the career or the business success? And I'm super talented. Why isn't it happening for me? Comparisonitis. 2, the alignment ease that Miro's all about, right? That manifestation X energy of being in that aligned center, right? And then owning that greatness, like no more looking out at other people and saying, why them, not me, but just totally claiming who you are. Key number 3 is to claim your X factor. What is an X factor? Well, it's a noteworthy, special talent or quality. And I believe it's an intangible superpower within every individual that carries the key to the unique innovations that you were born to share. So it unlocks the innovation. So by knowing your X factor and realizing that it's the centerpiece, it's like the Da Vinci Code. It's like a code that unlocks your magic, allows you to create the innovation you're here for. And usually it's something that comes so easily for you that you likely overlook it. It's just like people are like, that's amazing. And you're like, what is amazing? You don't see it, right? In 1996, I was given an opportunity to skip math and science classes, which ended up biting me in the ass later. But at the time, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. But I got to do this presentation for my senior class as a result of skipping those. And I had to do it on a book that was resonating for me. And I picked this book called The Precious Present. And it's about a guy who's looking for this present his whole life until he's like 40 or 50. And then he realizes that the present is the present. Right? The present isn't a thing, it's the beingness of the present. So he waited his whole life to figure out that he wasn't trying to get something from outside. He was trying to identify, like get in touch with like the moment. And when he did that, his life exploded. Well, I forgot my notes for this presentation. I literally forgot my notes and I had to freestyle this presentation. And I crushed it. This kid came up to me, he was like, you remind me of Tony Robbins. And I didn't know who Tony Robbins was at the time. So this is how everything started. And this is where my first inspiration, and the reason why I'm saying flashes of inspiration, because as I do this, I want you to think about what are some of those moments that opened you up to your purpose? What are those things in your past where you're like, oh, I had that inspiration. Like, oh, this thing is calling me. There's something calling me here. And this moment on stage was one of them. The next one was in college when I got to see this rapper, AC Alone. It was the first rapper who wasn't talking about, you know, just the same old bees and hoes, if you will, right? Like the same old, you know, like stuff. He was talking about transformational ideas. It was like an acid trip listening to this guy talk. And I was like, he had his dope DJ, but he was speaking truth. And I said, I want to do that. So that was my next flashes of inspiration. I'm going to do that, right? So I went off to, you know, make this music dream happen. And later, when I did my coaching business, my next flash of inspiration, which crystallized things to where I am today, is at a Brendan Burchard event where he came out to a Flow Rider song. So it was a hip hop and then it was thought leadership. And I said, what if he wasn't the one that was just speaking and then Flow Rider was rapping? What if they were one? And then I was like, boom, I saw it. So what are those things for you? What are those moments that opened you up? What are those clues that you've seen in your life in the past? Even right now, you could look at mentors that you look up to. I want you to think about that. I'm gonna keep moving the presentation, but write some ideas down, right? What lights you up? What puts you into flow state? What is it that comes so easy to you that others admire you, but you downplay? What are the commonalities between those things? What are some of the recurring themes of those things? What's something that you always do in the different ways that articulates who you are? So I'm going to talk to you right now about the structure of your gift. And there's two parts to it. But I want you to get that people think that rapping is my gift, but rapping is just an external manifestation of my gift. It's the energy underneath it. It's who I show up as, right? So it's the same energy that's coming through me right now when I'm communicating with you. It's the same energy that comes through me when I'm coaching clients. It isn't rapping that's the gift. It's what I'm doing when I'm rapping. What are you doing, right? So part one of the X Factor formula is what I do. And if you guys join us at the Rock Your Gift event that's coming up in about 10 days, by the way, we have a ticket for you, and it's on me if you guys want to join us. We'll talk about that in a second. But if you guys come there, I'm gonna help you get this clear. We got to look at your past and define what do you always do and find that commonality. But so it's what I do and why I do it. Those are two parts of the X Factor formula. What I do plus why I do it, okay? So this is what we want to get clear, because if you can communicate this, articulate this, you have your superpower, and that superpower is going to be the lens through which everything you do in your business and life becomes possible. And so what I do is I inspire through dynamic expression. There goes my dogs. I inspire through dynamic expression. We're going to roll with it. So wherever I am, when I'm rapping, when I'm speaking, when I'm coaching, I am inspiring through dynamic expression. It's what I'm always doing. I'm always doing that when I'm in flow state. And then why I do it is to inspire, to help you to actualize your greatest life vision in this lifetime. What I shared earlier in the slide, right? My true calling, to help you actualize your highest vision in this lifetime. So what I do, I inspire through dynamic expression. That's what I do. And why I do it is to help you actualize your greatest life vision in this lifetime. That lens gives me everything. And when I decide what it is that I want to focus on in my business, I've got the clarity, but also more importantly, I know how I can integrate this into my business so that I can stand out. So in key number 2, we're going to go from playing the competition game, blending in, to magnetic pull and standing out as a leader. So what we're talking about here, and again, we'll go deeper on this in my event, is to integrate to innovate. This is key number 2, integrate to innovate. So we take the gift once we know what it is, and we pull that into the business vision, the business and the mission. We pull them into one, okay? And so we might ask ourselves, what are some unique ways that these things can come together? How can my message be impacted by my gift of my business, right? How can my gift inform my business messaging? How can my gift inform my business marketing? How can my gift inform the language that I use? Like, for instance, Starbucks use venti and tall. They don't use small, medium, large, or whatever, right? That's their language of their brand. So for some companies, they want to say the word, prospects. I might say raving fans because it represents the energy of Rock Your Gift, right? So the language changes. The marketing changes because I just did a music video that was a marketing vehicle for this event. So my marketing has hip hop integrated, right? And the branding, you can see my logo behind me. The Rock Your Gift logo was taken from the explicit lyrics sign that you see on, albums and stuff. And that was where it was originally, like, we took it from that and we built the Rock Your Gift because it was hip hop to me, right? Everything in the business gets moved around that. Even the fact that I'm wearing a t-shirt versus a button up is part of me being aligned with this message, right? And the service delivery. You'll see if you come to Rock Your Gift that we're going to put you into breakout rooms, and you won't just get into, little conversations. You're actually going to freestyle. I'm sure that scares you, but let me tell you this. I did it before, and I had a room full of like 85 people, and every single person of all ages did it. And they crushed it, and they felt so free. So join us so we can get you to open up and freestyle. This is what my client Donna did. She's a corporate coach. And if you know anything about corporate, it's usually very buttoned up, but she's a downhill skier. So when we talk about gifts, we're not just talking about art. We're not just like, you have to be an artist. It's whatever brings you into a flow state. For her, it was going on the slopes. So we integrated that, and she created packages like the Triple Diamond Mogul. And she blew up because nobody in her space was giving those types of clients more sense of freedom than just the buttoned up corporate business coaching thing. So she stood out in that space. So the last piece of this becomes where you now define not just the gift and how it integrates with the business, but what's the market gap? We can't just be like, I'm going to do this, unique thing. Like I'm going to integrate swimming with business coaching, and it's going to be dope. To be like, but it needs to be something that is solving a gap in the market. We have to also make sure that we're standing out with what the market needs most. And so this idea of hip hop meets coaching, the reason why it works is because it solves the problem of invisibility. The idea that people are in an oversaturated coaching space, we're like all trying to figure out how do we stand out. And what I'm saying is that when you integrate your gifts, it's the visibility component that you're missing. So it's a market gap that's already instilled in this. So we create these research documents when we work with our clients on this, and we'll look at all the people in our space. We'll define like what's their brand and what's their vibe and what do they stand for. And we can create a positioning map where we can define very clearly what's the category that you own. You define two core pillars of your belief structure in your business, kind of your brand values. So one of them is this is the two in this business that I stand for. In most coaching things, they talk about be like me, like I'm the guru, be like me. Raise your hand if you know like what I'm talking about. Everybody's like, be like me, the guru, be the guru, right? I'm like, be like you. I'm like, you are a David statue. I can't cause that. You cause that. I just want to inspire you to flower into what you're here to be. That's one stance we take. The other side is education, right? Everybody's just talking and teaching. Education. Well, we represent edutainment, right? So those are the two crosshairs. So the place that we live is in this helping people to stand out and be like them, a unique person. Number two is helping them to utilizing edutainment is the vehicle through which we do our work. So we stand out in this edutainment meets step into your unique genius place, okay? And we helped Queen Kimmy revolutionize her brand with the boss effect. She was at a totally different brand image. She crushed it. She's got a big YouTube channel that's blowing up now. Her whole thing came about as a result of this exact process, defining that X factor, integrating it into your branding. And key number one is to go from best kept secret to category leader, authority in your space. And this is about creating what we call lightning strikes. So we go from the inner game that we talked about of like defining that X factor and bringing it into your business to creating lightning strikes, which are events that grab attention, disrupt the status quo, and when successfully executed, position you and your company as the new leader in your space. Examples are Apple. When Steve Jobs did 1984 product launch, that was a lightning strike. It's more than an event. It's an event that captures attention and it boosts you in the marketplace. We want to help you create events that are unique, right? And that's what we do at Rock Your Gift. Now, the simplest thing that you can do is just set yourself up to have an event-based business where you're just doing events so that you always have these pops of revenue. And what it looks like when we work with our clients and what we'll help you set up is how to create a 7-figure business model around 3 different events. So what we do is say, okay, a monthly virtual workshop. And then maybe we will do twice a month, like multi-day workshops, virtually or otherwise. Those could be challenges. Maybe one time a year, you're able to do a 3-day event. We're going to help you set these structures up, but not have you worry about marketing them, because we're going to help you use joint ventures to fuel them. So what would it be like if you could just rock a stage like this and have someone else fill it and just show up? That's what I'm doing right here, thanks to Miro. And that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I have a workshop that I have a joint venture who mailed for, and we already have 110 people registered. They just sent the email. I just show up and rock it. So I want to show you how you can create that type of business model so that, you can open up to possibilities like what happened with Jody, where she did this process, had a goal to hit 100K. She smashed it, got 106K from a single event, 7 high ticket sales, 15 people, small event, 7 high ticket sales, 106K from this exact process. So the recap is, number 1, claim your X factor, or number 3. Number 2, integrate to innovate. And number 1, perform lightning strikes. And these are the steps that will dramatically increase your impact The reality though is these are just a piece of the puzzle, right? These are some powerful steps within a bigger system. Would you guys be open to just briefly seeing what that bigger system looks like? The quick snapshot of what the bigger system is. Awesome. So this is your amplify your X factor process. And this is, I'm not going to go into it, but these are the steps that are included as a part of this. And I want to share with you, I want to just do a quick invitation for those of you that want to join us, and then I'll be done. I'm just going to share my sound because I don't think it's going to come out. You guys can still see my screen, right? I just sometimes forget.
Yes.
Hold on. There we go. Yes. Okay. You can see this music video, or not music video, but this promo. Okay. So check this out. This is Rock Your Gift.
I don't see it yet. I
Oh,
see
it's
the
not
black
showing.
You
screen
don't
of
see
it.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you for telling me right at the top, because that's what happened. I find out at the end of it. So you you saved me. I appreciate it. Oh wait, one more time. Hold on, because I have to remember to do the audio. Okay, we got the audio. Desktop 2. Boom. You guys can see it, right? Yes.
Perfect.
Oops.
Are you ready to discover your big idea so that you can explode your business in visibility and become a market leader in your space?
We are coming together around music, artistry, business development, life purpose. It is beautiful.
Rock Your Gift is a 3-day edutainment event.
Like you're a kid.
It's part personal growth, part business growth, and part conscious hip hop concert. It's a revolutionary new experience that will connect you to the person that you are truly here to be and give you a roadmap to create the movement that you have always wanted to lead.
Amazing experience. I've been waiting for something like this for years.
He is breaking molds using techniques that I've never seen put together.
I feel motivated, I feel inspired, I feel connected, I feel like he really has my back and he wants the best for me.
Awesome. So imagine for a moment truly identifying your genius zone, your X factor, innovating that unique message that you're born to share, and then launching events that disrupt the marketplace. You can stand out. I'd love for you guys to join us at Rock Your Gift. This is actually a $197 ticket. We're going to give you free access. If you guys want to join us, I'm going to put the link in. You just have to commit to coming. Like, if, you know, we all know that when we pay for, we pay attention to, but I am really going to encourage you to look at your calendar right now and block out the 14th, 15th, and 16th. It's going to be like 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. I mean, make that commitment. You can leave a little early on some of those days, like 5 o'clock, but like it's a real event. We're going to take you through these processes, and that's what's up. Here's the form. Just go ahead and put that in. I would love to have you guys be there because, you know, Miro's going to be speaking. We've got also some incredible speakers. You guys know Manny Lopez, I believe, because we were just on stage with him this week. And others who are going to help you to, you know, stand out. We're going to be talking about various visibility strategies, but let me just end with this. The most important thing that I want you guys to get from this whole thing is that this is not an idea I fabricated so that I could get clients. This is my heart and soul and my purpose and calling. And if you feel an energetic alignment, my encouragement is to follow that versus get in your head, because what we're going to do there is going to open up ideas that have maybe laid dormant for a while and get you to be in touch with your greatness. That's what we love Les Brown and why he's always been on stage. And if you guys were at the last thing with Miro and I were speaking at with Les Brown, and he did his story about his finding his birth mother. Oh my gosh, right? Like, there is something great in you. There's greatness. I just want to help you continue to unlock that, because that is my gift. So I hope you guys join us, and I hope you got value from that presentation. So just go ahead and take that form.
Yes, let's give it up for Sean, everybody. If I could, I'd give you standing ovations, but then you'd be looking at my crotch. So let's give it up.
Love it.
That was fire. Literally, people were buzzing. People were DMing me. Wow, like the responses has been incredible. So you crushed it, Sean, and I'm super excited about your workshop, because I get to rap with you, and I know you have an epic studio prepared actually here in LA. he's going to be at an incredible studio, and so I'll be in person.
Yeah,
even though it's a virtual
in-person.
event. Talk about that, because that's really unique.
Yeah, so we have this virtual studio set up. We're gonna bring some amazing people like Miro in. We're gonna have freestyle sessions, but it's not like it's not gonna be this. It's not this. There's movement. We've got a drummer. We're getting your body move. So just trust that if you feel aligned, like energetically, you're gonna open up. And we have this studio and Miro will be in there. We'll be rapping. I can't wait for you to be there, dude. It's sick.
Yeah. So I know, like, I've been to Sean's events, and it's gonna blow your mind. That's what I can guarantee you. It's gonna blow your mind. And I lean on Sean personally to get laser clarity on my branding and on my mission. Because even if you already got your branding set up, it's always you have the broad strokes, but you can always go with the finer brush and get that edge, So highly recommend to go. And I'm a big fan of events and collaboration, like the systems and processes that Sean's talking about. That stuff works. Like having, partnering with influencers, doing joint ventures to fill up your events. That stuff works. That's what Sean's doing. That's what I'm doing. It's the proven method that works. So I want everybody to be part of this, because the more people participate in this level of collaboration, the more people get to participate, if that makes sense. So it's like the bigger each of us get, the bigger all of us get. Jackie is doing an event launch. I get to speak at her stage, so more people get to be part of it. You're all invited to that as well, And so there's no reason that you can't go on all of the events. Come to Monday Mastermind, come to Sean's event, go to Jackie's event, right? Host your own event and tag us to be speakers at your event, so that we bring our people to you. And you know what I mean? So you bring your people, we bring our people, and that stuff is just proven to work. And Sean is an incredible facilitator of that and helping with that as am I. But I personally get help from Sean. So take advantage of that. And what I want to say I know a lot of people right from the start are like, yeah, I'm in, that's a no-brainer, I'm coming to the event. But here's what I want to say. Don't just go. It's like, it's a free event. I'm going to dabble into it. I'm going to see how it goes. It's not a free event. That's an event that costs money. And he decided to give it to you guys, you know what I mean? As a gift, because I made him. I said, if you're going to speak of my people, gift it to them. And so I want you to pretend that you already invested, $5,000, all right? I want you already invested $5,000 to going, so that you don't show up seeing how it goes and dabbling like a free sample of ice cream that you don't like. Just show up like your life, your gift depends on it, because it might. And maybe it's not yours. Maybe it's the people that you get to inspire, right? The people that you get to impact, and it might be their lives. The reason you started as an entrepreneur in the first place. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Super grateful for it, Sean. And I'd love to actually open it up. We're at 4:08. I'm committed to getting you all out of here by 4:30, so 22 minutes. So I'm going to take this opportunity to do a little bit of Q&A. In fact, I'm going to see if there's maybe one or two burning questions that I can answer, or Sean can answer, or any of our experts can answer for the group. If somebody has a burning question, we're going to open it up. And then we're going to do breakout rooms for integration and next steps. Cool. So Lewis's hand shot up right away. Okay, so we're going to welcome Lewis in pure Manifest X fashion. We didn't do it at the top, so please remind me to always do this when we welcome members. We're going to welcome Lewis in pure Manifest X fashion. And what it looks like, if you haven't seen it, and if this is your first time, we're going to have him unmute. We're going to go ahead and find your unmute button right now. Hit unmute, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3. What's up, Lewis? With insane enthusiasm. All right. So the only condition is unmute and insane enthusiasm. What's up, Lewis? On 3. 1, 2, 3. What's up, Lewis?
What's up, Lewis?
What's up, y'all?
What's your question, brother? How are you feeling?
I'm great. That was amazing. That was so fire. Well done, Sean.
Thank you.
So, I've really felt that pain that you're talking about, where like being in a crowded marketplace and trying to stand out. And I resonate with this idea of like injecting more of you and more of like what you love into your branding, into your messaging. And part of what sold me on your event was like, oh, I'm going to finally learn how to do that. So I know that your event is about this. Like, I know that that's primarily why, a big piece of why, but I'm curious, how do you know when something is a good fit for that like market gap and other stuff. Like, because I look and I love poetry, I love philosophy, I love rock climbing, but you know, it's not clear which one of those or what combination is going to be the one that the marketplace will actually respond to. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, just two different things. So I want to pull them apart. There's the gift, which will help you identify. And that gift is what's beneath what you said. You said rock climbing, you said different things, right? And so it's not about picking which one of those you're going to go with. It's about identifying the commonalities of those. That's where it's like a lot of people will be like, you got to pick a niche. And look, there is legitimacy to like picking a direction of your marketing, but this problem with especially multi-hyphenate, multi-passionate, multi-skilled people is that like this whole idea of picking something means that all these other things get thrown out and you got to find the thing. Like what the way that you're framing this is like, I got to pick, I got to find the thing. And what I'm saying is you got to include, all of those are tapestries of one message. And so we're not like trying to pick and find, we're trying to include and actually find the core consistent theme that's underneath it from the gift side, right? And then the market gap piece comes secondarily to that. Once we've said, okay, this is my gift, and we start integrated into the messaging, like we're talking about today, then we'll ask that question of, okay, who are the other people in my space? What are they saying? And what makes what I do something that they can't get anywhere else? Does that make sense?
Cool. I hear it. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That was good.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Fire. Great question, Louis. Up next, Jackie. Go ahead and give Jackie a Manifest X welcome on 3. What's up, Jackie? Point your mute button. 1, 2, 3. What's up, Jackie?
What's up, Jackie?
What's up, Jackie?
Cool. Thank you. Okay. So I've got a workshop coming up on Wednesday that some of the people in this room have been to, and it's how to sell in 7 minutes or less. Listening to you, I'm going, oh, my gift is spotting the elephant in the room. I can spot a limiting belief after about maybe 5 words out of somebody's mouth. So what if I rename my event, Taming the Elephant in Your Sales Room? The 3 keys to making your sales rock, making your sales easy. Something along those lines. Does that make sense if that's my gift? Because some of the people who know me, I've got an elephant for everything. I mean, we've got Avalanche, the elephant of overwhelm. Yeah, we've got elephants everywhere in my world. So, and I had a coach tell me in a full room of my peers that the elephant was in the way of my making money. The room went into mourning when he said we had to kill the elephant. They actually threw away for the elephant. And I'm like,
that's terrible. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Don't listen to any of those voices.
Well, yeah. So having come out of the world a little bit. So I love this.
Yeah. Let me answer that question. So marketing wants to be clear. People want clear. Okay. So from marketing, we want clear first. I always use this example of like, I used to do these unique titles, and then I went to this Lisa Sasevich event, and her event or her product was called 6-Figure Teleseminar and Webinar Secrets. I was like, it's too simple. It's like, why am I trying to work too hard, right? So I would put it out there that we don't want to add the elephant into the title because it affects clarity, okay? That being said, knowing that your gift has to do with being able to like magically spot limiting beliefs, that should have some energy in the title. I don't yet know what it is, but I like to allude to like an energy in a title, but still have clarity, right? And it just a couple words that can put it in. But more importantly, I think that it may be a little bit of a tweak of your messaging because the messaging of your title seems to hinge on the idea of sales in 7 minutes or something like that, right? And it's like what you're really teaching is like how to, you know, I don't know, like
really teaching how to sell yourself on yourself. It's the first step of any sales conversation is to sell yourself first.
Yeah, so I would stay somewhat external in your languaging of your title. And this is something we will do with you at the event. We will define your title. So these are things we'll do, like we'll help you in much more depth. But I think that at the moment, it doesn't feel like your X factor is in that title. So I do think there's another version of it. And but I wouldn't go with the one you suggested because it's lacking clarity when we put the elephant in. So it's the best I can give you in the time we have right now. I'm happy to go deeper when we can.
Awesome.
I will say this
Yeah.
for Jackie, because I'll be working with Jackie, and so you have a full picture for when we do, when we dive deeper. We landed on from one of her gifts is certainty. Her clients are getting, she's got a certification program, and her clients are getting guaranteed results like clockwork. So whereas a lot of coaches are not confident in their delivery, or they don't know that their confidence level is affecting their sales and everything. So what she's doing is she's got an incredible process that makes people coaches 100% certainty that is they're going to get results every time, every session. So with that, I think the energy of like confidence to certainty, that's kind of the energy what we're bringing in. And
yeah, that's my 3-day. I'm talking about the workshop.
Talk about that, because I feel like there has to be a connection. And of course, I don't want to take
okay. Oh, thank you. All right. Thank you, Mira. Now I understand what you're saying. Yeah, the 3-day is titled Unlimited Confidence. And it's the journey from being confident in your skills to being certain in the outcomes that your clients get. And we do that in 3 days.
Just to feed back at you, what's cool about that is that word unlimited. You know how I was saying like that there could be a word that you use, like unlimited is a great example of how it inserts the energy. You're talking about limiting beliefs, right? So unlimited is like your core like word in your workshop, right? So unlimited sales, like things like that, like your workshop, the 3 keys to unlimited sales. Just, you can hear how it kind of starts to be, it's clear, but it's got a vibe that speaks to the unique message underneath it. So that's something to play with, but I like that word. What if you were like the unlimited, like something?
I like it.
Thank you. That's
Sean's
lovely.
gears are turning now. I love having these conversations with him, because it's like you give him a little bit of information, he starts processing, and you talk to him later. It's like it's all coming together magically. It's epic. So again, let's give it up for Sean. Thank you so much for your time, brother, and also for Jackie and everyone who's asking questions. Playing full out.
Thank you.
Cool. So the next part, we're going to do a little breakout room, and the intention for the breakout room is to further integrate what you learned today, to actually connect with everybody that's here today, and to have your single biggest problem solved. And the way we're going to do this is mastermind style. Okay. So who here has done the Manifest X mastermind model, the 8-minute mastermind model with us before? Just go ahead and raise your hand. And raise it all the way high so everybody can see it. Cool. All right. So Brittany is the expert. Empress is the expert at this. Jackie knows how this rocks. Okay, cool. I'm going to give you the framework high level, and then we're going to open up the breakout rooms. You have 8 minutes, and everybody gets to go. So let's see if we can pull up the questions real quick. There's a book written by our friend Bret Hart. It's called The 8-Minute Mastermind. By the way, did everybody get access links to the upcoming events? Jackie, if you haven't, please share your upcoming workshop. Sean, make sure that your workshop is in the chats, and it's super easy for people to get to it. And so that those are ready to go. I see it right here. Cool. All right. Well, I don't know where I have my documentation right now, so I'm just gonna write it down in the chats. Or actually, I'm gonna request support. Lewis, where's Lewis? He's done this 1,000 times. The mastermind questions. So will you pop them in the chat? It's the first thing you're gonna do. It's time boxed. So for the entire all 4 or 5 questions, you're going to have 8 minutes to answer them as a group per person. And the first question is, who do you serve? Like, who are you and who do you serve? Right. The second question is, what are you celebrating right now? In this case, to integrate from my talk about enrollment earlier, from everything you learned from Sean, from everything that was shared today, the miracle that I'm receiving. Okay, so who are you, who do you serve? And then the second piece is the miracle that I'm receiving is. Okay, next up is my single biggest challenge is. My single biggest question is. If you can state it as a question, even better. But if you're just like, I'm stuck here, then no worries, we got you. So my single biggest challenge is. And then the final thing is what support looks like. Okay, so this is your opportunity to make a request. Like, what support looks like is sign up for my workshop or refer your friends. What support looks like is help me, like ask me clarifying questions so I get clear on my branding. What support looks like is feedback on my new funnel. What support looks like is looking for dating, and do you know anybody who's rich, handsome, and like checks all my boxes, right? Introduce me to them, right? So be unreasonable in your requests. There's nothing you can ask that's too big or too small. I want you to play full out. Worst thing that can happen is they say no, so don't worry about it. So let's recap. Who are you and who do you serve? What are you celebrating right now? And in the terms of the miracle that you're receiving, my single biggest challenge or question is, and what support looks like for me. Cool. So we're going to be doing breakout rooms. And then, so let's say Jackie goes first as an example, because she always does. She can't be stopped when it comes to grabbing the mic. Y'all should take notes and all be like Jackie. Let's say Jackie goes first and she introduces herself and clocks her miracles and sets my challenges. Now, in that moment, you've got 2 minutes, all right? 2 minutes to support Jackie with her challenge, because we could go on forever, but I want you to be laser. And so what you're not going to do is do coaching. What I mean by do coaching is ask all of these questions so that she comes to her own conclusions, right? All you're going to do is be like, okay, here's a resource, here's a link, here's a system that you can use. So what we do is plant seeds and sow crops. Seeds is an acronym. I don't know if we're going to go there. Yeah, we're just going to go there. Super quick. SEED stands for seek in every encounter to diagnose, serve, and support. Seek in every encounter to diagnose, serve, and support. So you're going to be doing your listening when the person is speaking. Don't think about what you're going to say next. You're going to be listening to really understand what they're needing when Jackie, for example, asks her questions. That's right. So you're going to be good at listening. Use your coaching skills in terms of listening. All right. And then we're going to plant seeds and sow the crops. The crops is connect with resources, opportunities, people, and systems. We love systems because it's stuff proven to work. Hey, I got a template for that. For example, I got a sales template that helps to do 3K, 5K, 8K, up to 25K paydays. That'd be a pretty cool system to use, right? So systems, stuff that's proven to work, that you have used. By all means, don't give resources out that you haven't tested yourself, that you know that's going to work, because it's not a good recipe for success in terms of building relationships. But yeah. Is that pretty clear? Clear enough? If you have never done this before and you're totally confused, don't worry. There are people who've done this many, many times and they will guide you. So you are ready. I decided. With that, we're going to open up some breakout rooms. I don't actually currently have hosting rights on my desktop, so I actually need team support. Louis, can you rock out the breakout rooms? We are 16 people here. That means I'm requesting 4 breakout rooms, please.
I'm actually not a co-host today, but
I made you. I don't know. Somehow I was the host. So Miro, you're a host now. Okay.
Okay, I'm a host again. Yay! I think my controls came back. Thank you. I see it. Okay, cool. So thank you for your patience. While actually I am not yet the host. I do have my controls back. Hang on a second. Oh, there are breakout rooms. Who did this?
Leah's got us.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Leah. Leah, I think we have 1 breakout room and not 4, so we need 4.
A moment.
Take all the time you need, girl. So you got 8 minutes. We're gonna close the breakout room.
I think I missed my room. The thing is gone now.
Yeah, let's Leah, go ahead and close the breakout room and just start over to make sure we have 4, because right now only 1 is showing. Cool. I actually have controls to add a room, so I'll just do that. All right, I'm gonna be assigning y'all rooms, so go ahead and jump in as soon as you get the invitation.
Okay, give us the rules again. How many minutes do you want each person to speak? Because I know you said we'd each get 2 minutes of feedback from the group.
Yeah.
So how long do we speak?
Great question. So the total time box for you on a hot seat is 8 minutes, and the time frame per person.
Okay.
Yep. And then when you're sharing your question or challenge, that's a 2-minute intervention tops. So none of the interventions should take longer than 2 minutes per question.
Wait, so total 8 with 2 being included in that 8, or 2 additionally?
And it's included. Great question.
Okay, so there are 4 people in the room. somebody's going to talk for 6 minutes to cover all of that information. And then a 2-minute, I'm looking at 4 times 8 is what, 32 minutes? And now we're at 8 o'clock at night on the East Coast. So is that your intention, that we would go 2 hours?
It's gonna be an 8-minute intervention, and so we're gonna have one person on the hot seat. But what's the value of listening to the person that's on the hot seat?
Oh, got you. Okay.
Thank you. That was not clear.
Yeah,
All right.
great question. Trust the process.
All right. And cool. So everyone gets to listen to the hot seat. And I'm thinking that maybe you don't want necessarily to have, you must like to have me on the hot seat, but to have other people, or did you mean for me to be on the hot seat?
I was using you as an example, and the person who grabs the mic first starts. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I'd been voluntold.
All right. I think so some of you guys break, who's not in a breakout, who's not yet got an, okay. You now all have breakout rooms. Happy connecting. All right.
I think since we have a little time, I'm going to run to get something to drink in the ladies' room. So I'll be back, y'all.
Yo, that was crazy. Who had a good time in the breakout rooms?
Eric and I are going to launch a whole new business together, just so you'll know.
What? What's happening? What did you do, Jackie? That's crazy.
What did you do, Jackie? What? There you go.
Welcome,
Limitless.
Eric. You just like come in and just launching businesses, taking names. No worries.
What did Eric do? That's look, from not being seen to being seen. Eric like, boom, I'm alive now.
The energy in this room is crazy. Okay, it's insane. Yo, it was ridiculous to meet Sean. Sean, you got an incredible message. Jackie was ridiculous. Empress, you and I are gonna be working together for years. Stop playing. My life has changed in the past 72 hours. I just told him in the breakout room, it's ridiculous. My goodness. I'm humbled. Let me just be honest, I'm humbled.
Thank you for sharing that. I feel the sincerity in your voice.
Yeah, no
Eric.
joke. Hey, look, I want to make a joke right quick. I have to, because in order to be taught about doing things about rapping from a white boy, it's kind of awesome. That's freaking hilarious. All right. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Go ahead.
That's how Sean and I started. We actually did a rap group together. And we just been jamming out on coaching and rapping. So we just do jam session. They give me low-key feedback behind the scenes, like, yo, you got to dial this up.
On that note, I want to share, last thing is I'll put it into the chat. If you guys haven't seen my new music video, I highly recommend. I want your feedback. It's on Facebook. I'll give you the link in a second, but I'd love to. I'm really proud of it. I'm really, really proud. I love to hear your feedback, Eric, anybody else, but I'll drop it in the chat.
Yeah, do that. And then a resource that have been requested, I included in my $44 bundle that was officially expired a few days ago, sales scripts. So some people who are still looking for more sales confidence, I have a proven sales script that has done $3,000, $5,000, $8,000, up to $25,000 closes in one call. It's really potent. And if you're like that, if you're not already a paid member to ManifestX Mastermind, I encourage you to stay in this community. I encourage you to stay connecting with us and going the distance. And I'm still getting notifications. But yeah, because this is my life's work, is honestly assembling, curating epic conscious entrepreneurs like yourself and putting them in a room together to create magic. And I'm addicted. I'm in love. I've been doing it for 4 years and been meeting every Monday, and I'm not stopping. And then some people like Jackie like to go, work more closely together, and we travel to work together. Like we just went to Fiji, or we do collaboration together or joint ventures, creating events and businesses and things. And so all of these opportunities open up. So yeah, on my journey of entrepreneurship and coaching, I cracked a few codes, and I hired a lot of mentors in coaching, and I like to share the codes that I've cracked and share them with you, so you can get results. And what I've noticed is that similar to what Sean was alluding to, is when we give people tools without support, it's not actually empowering. It feels like it's like a band-aid. They're like, yeah, this feels good in my brain, more information, but then they don't end up getting the results that they need. So I'm really committed to giving people the tools and empowering them with the community and empowering them with the support, that they need to actually manifest the result tangibly in their life, and so we can celebrate that together. So that's why the ManifestX membership is a year long. So there's many committed members here for years, and my intention is to build lifelong relationships with everybody here. And we do life together. We can travel together. We have fun together. We rap together. We have parties together. And so that's really very much the vibe. And so I'm grateful for you to be here, Eric, even though we're just meeting. Given that you resonate with the vibe, we get to be so fam, if you choose. So this is the family I chose. So welcome to the family. And I invite you back and to dive deeper into this world. I'm gonna pause here, and we went way over time. I want to acknowledge my broken agreement with you guys. We had too much fun in breakout rooms, and I couldn't shut anybody up. And I like to talk too much. So why don't we close out with just like a word of gratitude, and we're just gonna do one word answers. Like what's like one thing you're grateful for from today's experience? And I'm gonna go last. Is what I'm gonna do.
Darn it.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop my gems right quick. Attitude of gratitude, because I stand in attitude of gratitude. I appreciate Brittany, inviting me to support Eric in what he's doing and inviting him to our community to see the vibration. So I'm grateful, the synergy, and listening to my intuition. Thank you so much. Grateful, standing in attitude of gratitude.
Boom, laser, I love it. Christine, I'm next.
I am also grateful for the synergy that is just like on fire. I haven't shared all my wins from like the past few days, which have been flip insane. But the synergy is lit. That's my phrase for the week.
Love it. And Rachel, up next. I see your raised hand.
Okay. I already did my gratitude earlier, so I am grateful though that I am the resident lyricist here today. And even though me and Miro got to share a Porsche, we did not get to share a mic. So I definitely don't know. But I bet you have some skills. Anyway, I already pulled up your link, Sean, to check out your music video. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, that's right. Rachel's a rapper. I totally forgot to shout that out.
Oh.
Yeah. But I guess, so I really just want to say real quick, I like that format that we just did. Literally, I had a resource for Eve and she had one for me. And I do like that because it's more than just the comforting and holding space, but it's like, how can we quickly like get somewhere we're trying to be real quick? And it was a nice synergy, as Brittany said. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, that 8-minute mastermind model is proven to work every time. It's never not worked in getting somebody's problem solved. It's never not worked. Can you imagine? We can solve any problem in 8 minutes. It's powerful. That's the power of the subconscious mind and when we have the synergy together. So up next, Chips. Oh, and I know Sean's got the kiddos, brother. So if you got to go, I know
yeah, my kids are like, give me your phone. This is how they're like, while I'm busy, he's going to bribe me with like getting out of the room by giving him my phone. Not going to happen. Let's hold off on that for one more second. I'm super grateful for you, Miro, and just my friendship with you. I'm really grateful for our connection that's building and what you're doing here, with people's lives. It's very powerful. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for everyone that I got to meet today. I really look forward to connecting with you further.
Thank you, Sean. Love you, brother. Let's do this.
Love you too.
I can't wait to rap with y'all. Rachel, you got to come through to the event so we can do the rap session.
So Sean, I'm grateful for you being here and for the clarity around my title, because that just solved 2 problems for me. And there was another piece of clarity working in the breakout room with everyone in there. So love it, love it, love it. And I need appointments with everybody. So
love it.
Thank you.
Drop your calendar links, y'all. By all means, connect with everybody. The bigger each of us get, the bigger all of us get. Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate you. Up next, who's got next? The mic is hot.
I'll go next because I have to jump off pretty quick. I have a client. I'm just so grateful for being here and for getting to know these amazing members of this wonderful, wonderful platform. It's incredible. Just today alone, the feedback that I got from Sean and from James was priceless, and looking so forward being part of that Sean's program coming up. And I want to keep in touch with you, Miro, maybe after the holidays, jumping into the group for sure.
Yeah.
But no, Brittany, Empress, Lewis, I'm meeting so many amazing peeps. And by the way, I think I want to learn how to rap. Yeah.
Yes. Let's go.
I am.
Christina's learning how to rap. Let's go.
Yeah.
That flow will help you in your writing and all that you do. It's going to be epic.
Words are your wands.
Yes, create worlds with words. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked. I love you guys. Up next. Who's got next?
Oh, thanks, Miro. Can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Eve. The mic's yours.
So we were a small group, the two of us, but Rachel and I know you've already heard Rachel's side. I just love dealing with Rachel because she was very approachable, very kind, and to the point. And she succinctly responded to the need that I have. So I'm going to be able to speak on her stage, and she needs an assistant. And I've got someone who's looking for a job who seems right now so far to totally fill the qualifications. So I'm very excited about that win-win for the both of us. And you allowed us that additional time so that I could hear her need and I could fill it. So thank you.
Nice, nice. All worked out perfectly. Awesome, awesome. Love the synergy. Let's go. Hashtag synergy. Let's go. Who's got next? Mic is hot. Who was not spoken yet? Who's scared to speak? Who doesn't want to say? Who thought today sucked? We want to hear from you. Awesome. Okay, cool. I feel complete then. If you're complete, I'm complete. I'm grateful for togetherness. I'm grateful for unity. You know, my one word is community because I'm obsessed, genuinely. Like the journey of entrepreneurship and your spiritual evolution is, let's just say it's not always easy. I make it look easy sometimes, guys, but you don't see the many times I bang my head against the wall, right? So I just know intimately how hard it gets to be at times, doubt, fears, and the isolation trap, the lone wolf syndrome. We think we got to do it all by ourselves, but then we come in here, we share our challenges and our goals, and people are like, yo, I got you, I got this, I got that. And it's actually lights people up. Like those of you who shared resources, do you feel how happy you are being able to provide that resource for somebody? And yet at the same time, we're like, when it's time to ask for support, we're like, no, I don't want to ask. Right? So we're robbing people of the gift of feeling amazing about being able to support us. And so this is the one place where it's a safe space for you to share your deepest challenges, your biggest fears, and your biggest wins and your biggest dreams as well. And so I'm grateful for each of you to be part of it, even if this is your last time and you'll never come back because I hate your face, Miro. I'm grateful for your presence and every part of your contribution. You know what I mean? And if you do decide, I implore you to continue this journey with us. It's better together. If you resonate with my energy, with the people you meet here, I love them. I want you to adopt them as your own family. And consider joining us and becoming an official member so we can take this to the moon and beyond. And for that, if you're interested in that, please book a call with me, Louis, or Empress so that we can get you on board it, okay? My commitment is 100 committed members. You know what we can accomplish when we get 100 of us? Like committed for a year, building together, like adopting each other like brother and sister, like making sure your buddy is successful. What is it that we can accomplish? That means I know Louis has a book launch. Book launch, boom, it's sold out just by us spreading it to our networks, right? Somebody has a program launch, we share your program out, boom, sold out. Somebody has an event launch, let's go get your speakers, let's go get your butts and seats, right? So anyway, that's my vision for you, the community togetherness. If you're on board with that, please join me. And Empress, please drop my connection link here. I'll connect with you individually so that we can make it happen. And Louis, Empress, please connect to calendars as well. Because guess what? Can't talk to everybody. It's a lot of people here, and I'm doing a lot of things. I'm a dad and a lover, and I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm speaking at multiple events with Jackie and Sean and Janie Cole, one of our past clients, is doing an event launch and many more. So anyway, I love you guys. Brittany has got an incredible event coming up. Not to forget that. But yeah, more on that to come. I love you guys. We're gonna close it out. Thank you for being you. Grab the links in the calendar before they go away, because that's the nature of Zoom. Things go away when.
Thank you, Chad. And
yeah, I can say,
here's Sean's link again because she was asking for it. So I just popped it in there for you, Rachel. That's how you get to his event.
Yes. Beautiful. And if you're interested to get a speaker spot like Sean or like Jackie had last week, you can reach out to me. I'd love to support you, put you on a platform, have your story heard. We take applications for that. That's not for everybody, obviously. But if you desire to serve at this capacity, that's all available. So much. So love you guys. I'm going to close out. Some of you want to catch up with me one-on-one right now. I'm seeing messages. So for that, I invite you to just, what are we gonna do? Shoot me a text. Shoot me a text if you want to talk right now. So that way, I don't have everybody calling me at the same time. and we can still get all of your questions answered. We're gonna take your questions in the order in which the texts are received. Is that cool? All right. I'm getting creative here. But I know there's some people who have urgent and burning questions. And I know some of you have promised some resource. I know I promised a resource to you, Michelle. So please text me. I promised a resource to you, Chelsea. So please text me. We can chat. All right. Is that clear enough? Love you guys. I'll go ahead and unmute and send your love energy to everybody. I want to close it out like that.
Love.
Love. Let's go. All right, next time we'll wrap.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you all. Bye.
Bye.